This is concrete snowboarding, and if you've never heard of it, then you are absolutely in for an adventure because this is nothing like any other longboard or skateboard that you would have seen before. In this video, we'll be reviewing clips from Braille skate and even John Hill when they first tried freeboarding, in order to show you why freeboarding is fundamentally different to conventional skateboarding and longboarding. Get ready to discover the incredible sport of concrete snowboarding. Let's go! So in order to introduce freeboarding, let me ask you, have you ever seen a skateboard that can so seamlessly transition from going one way to going another, where you can literally just glide and spin, and that counterintuitively seems to turn concrete into snow? If not, then I'm glad to have introduced you to the philosophy of freeboarding, a kind of skateboard which, thanks to its two spinning center wheels, emulates snowboarding on concrete. And despite their amazing design, they just haven't seemed to catch on. In fact, I'm almost certain that unless you're a freeboarder, you've probably never seen one of these before. So why not? The surprising thing is that even if you rewind 12 years ago, freeboarders had long believed that their sport was about to take off.
It is so underexposed right now that a lot of people don't know about it, and there's the hope that once everybody does know about it, it's going to blow up, but it's been, about to blow up for the last 11 years that I've been involved within it, so I can't really say that I'm sure it's ever going to go mainstream.
And that's coming from the freeboard legend Hoppy, who amongst a few others pushed downhill freeboarding to the sport that it is today. But no matter how good they made freeboarding look, that never got rid of the main problem with freeboarding, which is its incredibly steep learning curve. And don't just take my word for it, here's what Braille skate thought when they first tried freeboarding.
I just have to let you understand, because a lot of times the audience doesn't totally understand how actually difficult these things are. So I've been skateboarding for 29 years. I also snowboard a lot. Snowboard,
you got this.
That's what they said on the freaking freeboard. I'm telling you, it's terrifying.
So that was Aaron's impression of freeboarding. But what did the others at Braille Skate think about it? Well, after having watched all of the Braille Skate freeboard videos, here are my favourite moments from each one.
Freeboard, blood alert. You're scared?
Yes. If I'm a baby giraffe on a normal skateboard, I am literally a baby giraffe on an oil slick on this thing.
I mean, you got the wrist guard on, what else could happen?
It's honestly so cool to see skaters trying the freeboard out properly, and I really think that it's a lot more welcoming for beginners to see what it's actually like to learn to freeboard. And we can also see what John Hill first thought when he tried freeboarding.
I watched a tutorial video just because I didn't want to completely die when I started this, which I sucked at anyways, but it looks super fun.
I don't know if I'm the only one, but I actually think that this would be fun if you're good at it.
I agree.
Best part is they totally got the best part about freeboarding as well.
It actually has potential. Imagine if you could take this down like a super steep hill and like carve the whole way down.
It would be fun.
I think that was my favourite part of all of them, because this is honestly my favourite part about freeboarding as well.
This is true snowboarding in the summer.
So other than the design, what makes freeboards any different to a regular skateboard or longboard? Well, the most obvious is the kinds of tricks that you would be learning if you learned to freeboard. An example of this would be riding in switch, because just like snowboarding, if you want to be spinning around while you ride, you need to be able to ride both ways. And this is exactly what distinguishes a really good freeboard rider from a beginner, because you will not be able to tell whether they're riding in switch or in regular. On the other hand, a more basic thing you would learn is to hold your edges as you ride. For example here, when I transition from my heel side edge to my toe side edge and then repeat the process. This is the first step that I would do if I were to teach someone to freeboard, because everything else, including carves and spins, derives from this simple motion. And sure, you can bomb down hills on a freeboard, but when you compare it to longboarding, the whole structure of the way that you move as you go down is different. And although some freeboarders may beg to differ, you just cannot go as fast on a freeboard as you can on a longboard. But honestly, this is not a problem, because freeboarding looks dope whether you're going fast or not. As for freestyle and comparing it with skateboarding, the tricks are going to be a lot different on a freeboard to on a skateboard. You won't be able to do a kickflip, which is obviously a shame because they look sick, but you can more than make up for it with a clean 360 and some frictionless power slides to follow. But yeah, no one's going to deny that board tricks on skateboards are far more versatile than board tricks on a freeboard, but you more than make up for it with the downhill steez of a freeboard. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on what freeboarding is and how it differs from conventional longboards and skateboards. To end the video on a positive note, I'll let Hoppy finish what he was saying with regards to freeboarding not being as popular as people want it to be.
I'm not really upset about that. I kind of like the way it's kind of a small knit community. It doesn't surprise me that it may not be the next big thing necessarily, but for the people that are into it, for the people that are inspired by it and passionate about it,